Bailey, here's what this you're gonna tell me. Because when you're Deion, you're like Brady in that you got a whole lot of different options. He can go back into broadcasting. He can go back into pregame show television. He can go branch out, do his own thing. If he's still coaching mid-season next year, then I know he's really going to stay in coaching. But this year, going to test that commitment.
Absolutely. I just think that with Prime, there's a lot more moving pieces than the outside public might look at. It's not just Shedeur and Travis are leaving and then he's got nothing. First of all, I think he's very eager to coach without Shedeur and Travis because now he doesn't have to be the dad coach. He can just be a coach, like you said. It's one of the first things he said in the meeting. The other thing, I really don't see him leaving. I think we need to look at like his son, Junior. I don't think he's very open about where he's going. Junior's like, I'm staying here in Colorado with your dad. There's a lot of moving pieces to it, so I don't think it's just Prime leaving.
2 questions,
really
Bailey.
Screw his oldest son as well, which I know he cares about.
2 questions, Bailey, before you get out of here. Did he sound believable when he said, "I don't have to be a dad; I just can be a coach"? And 2, where the hell else can Bucky go?
That's a good question. I mean, the other play, he would go where Shedeur would go, essentially, or Travis, and keep doing what he's doing to the extent that he can. Or he'd stay with his dad, one of the two. And is it believable? It's really I think it's believable. It's up to you. What do you think it's believable?
he sound more like, damn, I miss my sons than, boy, I'm happy they're gone.
Well, I'm sure there's part of that for sure, but I don't know. I think he's very eager.
And I don't want anybody listening or watching this to get it wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong for feeling that way. I called him an empty nester. Every parent goes through it. When you've invested and spent so much of your commitment from a time standpoint to helping your kids become successful, and all of a sudden they're gone. I mean, that's an emotional roller coaster every parent goes down.
As a coach, though, I guess my pushback would be, for example, Travis Hunter wasn't his actual blood kid, but he became his kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a coach, man, it's gonna be another kid on that team that he's gonna get close to. There's gonna be another kid or a couple kids that becomes like his quote unquote kid. JB calls all his players to this day like his kids, his babies. He got emotional when Tank Dell got hurt and he blamed the offensive coordinator for the scheme that he feels like led to him getting hurt. Why did he get emotional? Because he feels like that's his kid. It's not always got to be blood. Of course, blood kid is going to be a little different. I'm not arguing that, Sean. But my point is, I think he really loves being a leader amongst young men and truly being able to connect with them on a deeper level than just the football field. That's my perspective. There's some things. Oh, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
So you make a good point, but it's not the right point because there's a context attached to these relationships that you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter was the Heisman Trophy winner. Shedeur Sanders could potentially be the #1 quarterback selected. So as a coach, when you have a relationship with a kid, you just pray that out of 10 years of coaching, 1 out of those 10, that kid is the caliber of player that Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders are. He's going to have relationships with kids that he likes, but all those kids going to be the quality of player of the ones he just had exit the building.
Right. Now, I hear. I guess my point in saying that is that I think he's going to continue coaching because he's doing it for more than just the wins and losses, in my opinion.